Real talk, I see right through that fakeish, bro. You know what I mean? But look, we're gonna do this right here. The fake gangster rapper that ruined his, you know what I mean? But nah, though, man. What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, Jay Willie Silly, man, aka, man, Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like BZ, man, make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch, man, in the description down below. Everything you know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. You know what? Look, y'all know what I hate more than anything is when somebody asks me to react to a game, bro, and it's been like 2 days since the game. Like, bro, you don't think I knew what the freak happened, bro? Like, I don't be understand. I just don't get that. It's like, bro, you should have common sense. Like, bro, the nigga watched the game. You know what I'm saying? You should have common sense. Like, he watched the game. Like, bro, like, nigga, the jump was 2 days ago. I hate when people do that. You know what I mean? You hear me, fried? You know what I mean? That's my biggest pet peeve. Jay react to the OKC game too. The jump was 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? Nah, though, man. Make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch, man, in the description down below. Everything you know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. And like I said, y'all, they ain't believe in me, but God did. You know what I'm saying? We got 400 subscribers, bro. I told y'all, bro, mid-July coming up, man. So we finna start back gaming on Twitch. So I know, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of people look forward to the gaming content. I know a lot of people like the gaming content. You know what I'm saying? So we probably go back to YouTube with the reactions, bro, and come to Twitch with the gaming, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, game's going to be busting. I know y'all seen that new Call of Duty trailer, bro, but, you know what I'm saying? I lost faith in Call of Duty, man. I ain't getting hyped up about that junk, you feel me? But hopefully they pull out a big one, you know what I mean? But we got the fake gangster rapper, you know what I mean, who ruined his career. I didn't even see, I ain't gonna lie. I really got to go check out, look. I really got to go check out the Call of Duty trailer, though. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't watching my dang self. I probably watched, like, you know, first 10 seconds of it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, I was like, man, Call of Duty going to be on some BS, bro. But something telling me this year, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they going to do their big one. I don't know, you feel me? So I'm going to check it out, though. You know what I'm saying? But we got the fake gangster who ruined his career in one interview. I remember seeing this dude around the way. It'd be so crazy how you just, like, see rappers be at the top, and then, you know, all of a sudden, bro, they just you never hear from them again, bro. And why that be, y'all, is because of labels. And I be trying to tell y'all that. You know what I'm saying? If you trying to rap, bro, you know, the labels are the real money makers. Do y'all know that the labels own your music? G Herbo, rappers like that really are the richest rappers in the game. Independent artists. I just prefer everybody to stay independent. The only reason you hear, you know what I mean, and bro right here, and a lot of artists, bro, could really stay relevant, bro, if they wasn't signed to a label. How the label get you, right? They shoot you this $1 million deal. So imagine a dude that came from nothing getting $1 million. But really, you getting in debt. They not telling you that, though. You getting in debt. So, yeah, we give you that $1 million, but guess what? You got to make that $1 million back. And guess what? If your money, if your music ain't popping, they're not going to let you release music. You know what I mean? Until you come up with that $1 million. So it's really a debt. You feel me? It's really a debt. Labels own your music. Labels own you. You cannot release music unless the label say so. You cannot release albums unless the labels say so. That's why y'all do not be hearing about rappers no more, because the labels literally be holding them hostage. You feel me? Labels is a trap, bro. It is not made for you, bro. It's made for the label. Like imagine that. Imagine that you in the studio, you making music. They making money off your talent. Imagine that. Your talent. I couldn't, like that something would not even sit right with me, bro. I would never, like, if I ever was to, which I would never, bro, but if I ever was a rapper, bro, I would never in my life. You know what I'm saying?
2 years ago, CJ was one of the most popular names in the hip-hop genre after dropping his explosive hit record titled Whoopty. In the span of less than a year, he went from being a nobody from Staten Island to having a #1 hit record on the charts, co-signs from some of the biggest names in the industry, and scored a major record deal with literally just 2 official songs to his catalog. However, over the last year, CJ's audience has decreased by nearly 90%, according to Social Blade. In his Google Trends graph further shows just how much he has faded into irrelevancy. Earlier this year, it was also reported he was officially dropped from his label, which showcases just how bad his falloff has become. It's your boy Luesta, and today we're gonna investigate why CJ disappeared off the face of the planet.
Said Nick Chubb got traded to the everybody was I ain't gonna lie, everybody was making a remix of that, bro. Everybody.
On July 30th, 2020, it popped off immediately, which was pretty sus for a few reasons. I mean, for one, if we use the Wayback Machine, we can see that this guy barely had 40,000 subscribers on his channel when he somehow managed to pull in 7 million views on a video. A month later, it jumped to nearly 80 million. So how did this random Latino guy from Staten Island, New York, absolutely decode the secret to going viral in the modern music era? Did he simply find the recipe to success that quickly? With rappers like Ice Spice, Chance the Rapper, and Baby Keem.
And Ice Spice, I ain't gonna lie, see, you don't hear about Ice Spice no more. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, Ice Spice fine as heck to me. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I always like Ice Spice, you feel me? Just keeping it real with you. Not her rap, bro, but the way she look, you know what I'm saying? Like, people used to hate on Ice Spice, you know what I'm saying? I like the way Ice Spice look, though, you know what I mean? I told you, man, it's a certain, you know what I'm saying? Certain little type. You feel me? But you don't hear about Ice Spice no more. You feel me? You don't hear about, I don't even know who the heck this is. Creative player. You know what I'm saying? But no, you don't hear about Chance the Rapper no more. That's the reason, y'all, bro. Them labels, bro. I'm telling y'all.
Being tagged with the industry plant label, naturally, people started wondering if CJ was next in line. However, is it possible to make the claim that he had just made a banger and it hit at the right place at the right time? Cause in interviews that surfaced shortly after the song's release, CJ claimed that Whoopty was nothing more than a random first attempt at making drill music.
For the people that don't know, Whoopty was my first drill record I ever made in life. I never experimented with drill. I never made a drill record before that.
As you may or may not know.
That's another thing right here. I realize let people be, bro. But y'all don't be understanding with all these chains y'all be wearing, bro. I don't get it, bro. Like, how many chains y'all need, bro? You can tell, like, a nigga that ain't used to having no money. That's what I'm saying. A lot of y'all niggas ain't used to having no money, bro. When y'all get rich, all they money go to this right here, bro. I just never understood this. Why you niggas need, like, 4 chains, bro? You know what I'm saying? I see niggas with 2 watches on one wrist. I'm like, what? Nigga, you need 2 watches on one wrist? Man, I seen a nigga. I seen YB, man. That nigga had 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, that nigga had 4 watches on. That boy had 2 watches on one wrist, on this wrist, and 2 watches on the. I was like, what the? What's up?
Made a drill record before.
What's going on?
As you may or may not know, drill music is a subgenre that was becoming massively popular in New York at the time. It's also important to note that Pop Smoke, who was seen as the face of drill music around the time CJ started blowing.
I ain't know about this nigga till he died, though. I ain't gonna cut.
Before Whoopty,
like, who the freak Pop Smoke is?
There's an argument to be made that people were just hungry.
I ain't gonna act like I knew, bro. You know, I ain't know, bro.
Perfect moment for someone like CJ to step in to fill a big void in the drill music scene.
Heard about bro right when he died.
Hot at the time, I was like, yo, let me see what I could do on a drill beat. You know what I'm saying? I was just playing around. Like, I'm not a drill rapper. I had no intentions of being a drill rapper. Today, I'm not a drill rapper. It just happened to be I blew up off of a quote-unquote drill-based song.
What makes things even all more crazier is that the beat for Whoopty was already used by Pop Smoke, King Von, and other drill rappers. So what was it about CJ's inclusion of it on Whoopty that blew it up out of proportion?
Oh, so you ain't make the beat.
The fact that he made it more catchy and simple for the average listener to understand, making it much easier to sing along to? Or is there something that went on behind the scenes that he was hiding from the audience? The second the song dropped, it went on to become a viral dance challenge on TikTok, which could be one of the main reasons it was able to climb the charts so quickly. But something that was pretty suspicious was the fact that it was also given a huge push when Cardi B played the song on her Instagram story. French Montana then made him an honorary member of Coke Boys with the gift of a chain. He then got legends like Busta Rhymes to feature on his songs, and even Mark Wahlberg was seen hanging out with this dude. So it's no secret that something deeper was probably going on behind the scenes. With all these people in his corner, it didn't seem too out of pocket when he said he wanted to be one of the greats, although it was an extremely high bar to set for someone who had just a solo single on Spotify up at the time. While the industry plant allegations piled on CJ, things went from bad to worse when he did this genius interview that took place on November 27th, 2020, where he went on to discuss the meaning behind the word whoopty.
Like, but how did that nigga? I mean,
come outside of some movie, pretty much whoopty, like, it's worldwide now. You know, I got babies, you know, saying whoopty. I got, you know, middle-aged people, you know, older people. Pretty much it's just like a roll call, you know, whenever I see my guys in the street, and, you know, that's how we greet each other. It's like a New York when people say, yeah.
While this interview seemed simple on the surface, it resulted in a whole ton of drama for
he was a fake blood, you know what I'm saying? So he was another 6ix9ine, you know what I mean? But no, though, man. I told you, bro, certain dudes got that look about them. Not saying bro now, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to speak on your name, but certain dudes got that look about them. I be telling you, just be knowing. You be knowing, bro, when a nigga ain't like that. I'm telling you, be knowing. Not speaking on you. I'm speaking on 6ix9ine, on the 6ix9ine situation. But bro them in the chat saying he was a fake blood. That's what bro them talking about right there. You know what I'm saying? So you probably need to check bro them. You know what I mean? But no, though, man. Being a fake blood, man. That right there, man, I don't get it, man. I don't understand it, man. You know, why y'all gotta try to portray this lifestyle? If you ain't no blood, bro, you know, don't try to act like you a blood. You know what I mean? 6ix9ine doing all that for what? You know what I mean? Then when stuff get real, that nigga snitched on the whole squad. And then that nigga try to literally go on an interview talking about why he snitched. Man, bro. I mean, I get why he did it, though. I ain't gonna lie, I get why he did it. But, nigga, you feel me? Those are niggas that you surrounded yourself with. You feel me? Like, that whole situation was out of, like, weird. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you, you feel me? But just be yourself. One thing I've realized, bro, is people gonna mess with you so much more, bro, with just you being yourself. That's what I like about, you know what I'm saying, shoot, my audience, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what people like about, you know, people like Flight and Soul Illuminati and niggas like that. It's just, they just themselves, bro. It's so easy to be yourself. That's the easiest thing to be, is yourself. I don't get it. I don't get how y'all try to be like y'all understand that though, y'all, bro? Is it not weird, bro? You trying to be like another person, bro? You trying to be like somebody else. You trying to talk like somebody else. You trying to be somebody else. Nigga, be you. Why you don't want to be you? You feel me? I don't get it. I just don't understand that.
That would become inescapable throughout the duration of his
career. Get it, bro?
To preface this segment, it's important to know the severity of what being
try to be a character
can do to your reputation as a rapper. For some reason, it seems that people enjoy rappers with a gangster persona, as some of the biggest rappers in the world are tied to some kind of gang affiliation. This was kind of the case for someone like Gucci Mane, who literally murdered someone in 2006, which many would consider the time period where the rapper was in his prime. Even Chicago rappers like Lil Bibby claim that him killing someone was the reason he liked Gucci Mane so much.
Man, you know, Chicago people just love Gucci, man. He like everybody's idol, man. He like a gangster, man. First of all, he killed somebody for trying to rob him, and then he rapped about it, and he made all the type of diss song. Man, Chicago just like negative shit, man. We like people that's really gangster, man. You know what I'm saying?
However, this only seems to be the case for a rapper who actually stands by the words they say within the lyrics. And for this very reason, the music video for Whoopty would also cause a ton of unwanted drama for CJ. Because as you probably know, the video for Whoopty shows visuals of CJ rocking red bandanas while also hanging around members of a Bloods gang from New York. Rappers like Slim Jesus and 6ix9ine showed the whole world the type of success you can achieve by this marketing gimmick, which seems to perform even better if the rapper is not black. It's not just a coincidence that all of these artists' biggest songs just happen to feature a substantial amount of gang activity to help increase shock value. And speaking of 6ix9ine, he also had a hand
like, bro probably ain't know nobody on the block. You know what I mean? Like, I know, bro better not play, bro. I know this man better not pay, you know what I'm saying, people to be in this video. You know what I'm saying? Bro, 6ix9ine probably, man, most likely ain't know nobody on the block. But you know how niggas is, you know what I mean? When a nigga got clout, you know how they is. They don't give a F about none of that. I don't give a dang, bro, if I don't know this nigga. Yeah, bro, blood. Bro, real right. I'll say whatever this nigga saying, whatever he want me to say, I'll say it. Just because that nigga got clout. You know how niggas is. You know how they be, though. You know what I mean? They don't give a dang. If that nigga got clout, you can come on the block. You come on the block, shoot on the block all day, all night. You know, 6ix9ine was popping. Nah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, 6ix9ine was busting. That nigga, no, that nigga was getting numbers for surely. You know what I mean? So a nigga like that, when it come, yeah, come on the block, you know, dish me out some little, you know what I mean? I know he was paying them a little something. I know he was.
Activity to help increase shock value. And speaking of 6ix9ine, he also had a hand in CJ's drama, but we'll delve into that.
Like a Willie nigga, you a silly nigga in the hood with them Billy niggas in the hood. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, you can't have like 6ix9ine wearing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're all like 6ix9ine, even though bro was a fake blood. 6ix9ine got some hits though. I ain't gonna count. 6ix9ine got some hits though.
The song blew up, it also had a banging beat
got some
and a
hits.
hell of a catchy hook.
I don't take none from people, bro. I don't take none from
people
them.
started to dissect what the word
Billy niggas,
even means.
niggas.
And much to their surprise, it wasn't just some made-up slang, as CJ made it seem in his interview with Genius. But rather, the word had an incredibly dark history behind it. The rap dictionary defines whoopty to be a noun, meaning a gang calling, greeting, salute, or acknowledgement for New York Blood gang members. Upon further investigation and fan speculation, people began to question CJ's authenticity of being a real Bloods gang member. Whoopty is a slang that is closely linked to the Mac Baller Bloodhound Brims, which is a notorious gang in New York City that's been around since 2005. At one point, it was considered to be one of the most dangerous gangs in New York. According to a post that dates back to 2014,
So this nigga didn't even know what the
Mac
word
Baller
meant.
are known for doing some serious stuff. For instance, some members actually kidnapped a dad whose child is a prosecutor in North Carolina, all because they were mad about the sentence one of their own got. And there's another tragic story of a 14-year-old kid who got mixed up in all this and ended up getting shot by the cops. It's also said that joining this gang could mean you've got to commit murder as your initiation. These incidents show the dangerous and risky world CJ was stepping into, and if he really wasn't about that life, he was making a big mistake for clout. And it's clear that CJ was
Y'all, you think I'm finna murder somebody, bro, just to join the group of niggas? Do you know how stupid that is? So you so scared of being alone, nigga? You so scared of being alone that you willing to murder somebody to be around a group of niggas? Some stank niggas all day? I ain't gonna lie, I don't understand gang culture though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't understand Bloods. I don't understand Crips and all. I just don't understand that. What's the motive? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the reason the gang banging? I just really want to know. Well, you know, man, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, the niggas on the street more family than your family. So you gotta commit crime, bro. You gotta commit crime. You gotta go out here and kill niggas. It's always gonna be an excuse for something. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be an excuse for something, bro. Never wanted to look within, but I try to tell y'all youngins, bro, what you claiming wasn't even meant to be. Nigga, y'all doing it all wrong. Crip, nigga, that junk, back in the day, that junk was a real deal organization. BD, GD, all that. Them niggas was on some getting money-ish, bro. That was a real deal organization. That wasn't even a game. Them niggas about getting money. You feel me? You young niggas made it into something that it wasn't even invented to be. BDs and GDs now beefing. Back then, David Barksdale, Larry Hoover, them niggas was getting money together. Them niggas was united. The nigga was under the same freaking, same leadership. You feel me? Like you niggas don't even, bro, you niggas, what y'all do? Smoke weed all day? Smoke weed all day, bro, and looking to kill niggas. And I was in court today, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was in court today. Bro, I was hearing, bro, some stuff, bro. Cause you know, for me, I ain't need to get no attorney, bro, with the case I called. I had a misdemeanor. I knew I ain't need no attorney. I could have rocked that with a public defender. That wasn't hard. But niggas out here committing real deal crimes and having public defenders. So think twice, bro, when you in the streets. Half of these niggas, that's why these niggas be getting just like, they don't even understand they getting played out the game. They getting played out. You feel me? You out here committing crimes, bro, and you ain't got no money for an attorney. You know crime costs, bro. You know you gotta have money, bro, if you trying to commit crimes, right? If you trying to commit crimes, if you trying to be a criminal, that costs money. And nigga, if you ain't got no attorney, nigga, you screwed. So nigga, you out here trying to murder niggas. You out here trying to do all this and you ain't got no money. Y'all niggas just do stuff backwards to me. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I never looked up the cliques. I ain't gonna lie. I never liked the gangs. I ain't gonna lie, I could have joined the gang. I always been a leader, though. I've never been afraid of rocking alone. I just look at y'all niggas that's in gangs, bro. Honestly, all y'all, I don't give a damn your blood. I slap the blood out you, nigga. I don't give a damn you crip, nigga. I slap the blue at you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you. I never respected, like, just never respected that gangish. I just look at all y'all niggas like y'all followers and y'all some scary niggas. That's how I look at you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's how I look.
Definitely affiliating himself with this group.
That's how I look at every gangbanger. If you a gangbanger, bro, I look at you like you scary. I ain't gonna cap. You need to be around a whole group of niggas because you scared to be alone. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it, bro. This nigga scared to be alone.
People began to notice that he had referenced specific gang members from the Bloodhound Brims in his lyrics when he said,
I got Otis with on me like Fiji. I'm posted up with hats and the sleazies.
in this line,
nigga saying all this,
referencing sleazies, which is a shout out
not
to
even
a
a blood.
New York rapper named Sazmula, who is part of the Macballa family and goes by nicknames like Big Sleaze or Sleazy. Also, when the song mentions
niggas like this join gangs,
referring to members of the Brim gang
look at
Bloods. These are the kind of details that shifted the whole conversation. Suddenly, people started to question CJ's realness. They wanted to know if he was genuinely part of a gang, or if he was just borrowing their lingo and reputation to make a hit song and grab some attention. But at first, CJ didn't back down and was pretty sincere about not only being a gang member, but also the fact that he had simply made up the word whoopty. Besides claiming that he and his friends invented the word, he went as far as to filing a trademark to own the rights to the word whoopty. But this only made things
bro. Nobody was saying
eventually
whoopty. I ain't gonna lie, I never said whoopty a day in my life. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna cap, bro. You should like take high honor in that. If people saying whoopty because you, bro, but nigga trademarking that, bro. Nobody don't care about no whoopty, bro. Nigga, have y'all ever heard me say whoopty? Have y'all ever heard me say that? But they ain't about no whoopty, nigga. I ain't say it before. I ain't saying it now, nigga. The heck with whoopty, nigga.
They caught the attention of the leader of the Bloodhound Brims, LeBrim, who, despite being arrested for 30 years for narcotics trafficking and firearm offenses, took the time to make a phone call in reference to CJ.
Yeah, this your boy, Latik La Brim Johnson. So I'm going to take a moment to set the record straight for you. I see there's a lot of controversy over this whoopty thing. So first and foremost, CJ made a hot song, but the content that he used is not his content. So his foundation is based off a lie. He's not whoopty. He don't know nothing about whoopty.
He went on to state that CJ knows nothing about whoopty and that he
man, nigga, you need to change, man. You know what I'm saying? You in jail talking about some whoopties, nigga. You need to give your life to the Lord. That's what you need. You whoopty, nigga. You still ain't learned. Nigga, you still ain't learned. Nigga got 30 years and you still arguing about some whoopty, nigga. Let that life go. You see what that life gave you, man? You see what whoopty then gave you? Whoopty gave you 30 years. You still ain't learned, nigga. You on the phone talking about some whoopty, but you need to whoop it down. You know what I'm saying? You still ain't learned. You still on that gangbanging ish. God, Lee talking about some whoopty. That nigga got 30 years. Oh, you whooped it, all right. You whooped in that cell. Go in that whoop in that cell over there. Whoop in that cell.
literally
But still talking about, nigga don't care about no whoopties, man.
the term, claiming that his song was disrespectful to the entire gang.
That I heard the kid was trying to claim it as something that he made or that him and his dudes grew up with. I didn't appreciate the fakeness and the fraudulent with that. That to me, like, that was some fraud. That was some busted. Like, everybody know where whoopty come from. He didn't even understand what whoopty is. So I was very disappointed with that situation. Very.
This phone call from LeBrim had a quite severe impact on CJ's street cred, with more gang members and affiliates questioning CJ's
I'm a down south
authenticity.
nigga,
One
so I don't know
user
about no
wrote a
New York.
comment stating CJ owes them royalty percentages, while another claimed that New York Bloods were getting finessed. A member of the Bloods gang by the name of G5 Reels hopped on Instagram Live to fire more shots at CJ's inauthenticity.
Gangster, you got around that been putting on for this shit for years, nigga. You got my bro up north for 30 years right now, nigga. Pull the fuck up right now. Pull up. Cause it's not a game no more, bro. Like,
with the industry turning against him after they realized he wasn't about that life, the fans followed and were now turning on him in the comment section. Most fugazi blood I ever seen. How has this dude not gotten clapped up yet? Only one song in, and CJ was facing his real first beef in hip-hop. But rather than it being a big publicity stunt to gain traction and new listeners, this one quickly got serious. As if things weren't bad enough, he'd soon be hit with allegations that he stole the entire flow of other MCs. If If you're new to hip hop, let me make it clear that this is one of the worst things you can be accused of. Fighting another MC's bars or flows has been at the center of plenty of rap beefs over the years. So when two rappers named Busy Banks and 22 G's came out to say that CJ was a little sus and had basically jacked their whole style, it became another huge problem for him to deal with. Real CJ giving me 6ix9ine vibes, and boy from Staten Island, the safest borough in NYC. Heard he ain't even whoopty for real. That CJ dude need to give me my credit, no.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of y'all niggas be weird though. I ain't gonna cap. I mean, a lot of y'all niggas, you see that, you know, other niggas, y'all weird, bro. I don't like niggas. I ain't gonna cap. I realize like what's going on, but right when you see everybody else saying something, now you want to say something. You want to say nothing until everybody else say something. Now you want to hop on the way. Now you got a problem with them now. Man, y'all niggas be weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a problem. You nigga ain't saying nothing. Ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? Now bro from prison. Now bro say something. Now everybody got to say something. Now everybody on bro head now. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out my face, bro. I'm saying, oh, bro, people just strange to me. I ain't gonna cap.
Busy Banks.
People just be seeing like, okay, everybody on his head, so let me hop on his head now. Like, man, like, he ain't said nothing before. You know what I mean? Now you see everybody on his head, now you want to hop on. Oh yeah, everybody on his head, so look, it's my chance now to get some attention. You know what I mean? It's popping. You know what I mean? Getting on CJ head right now, you feel me? Attacking CJ is popping.
On IG, dude, jacking my lingo and flow. I'm tired of not getting the recognition I deserve. I started this new wave of drill rap. Let's talk about it.
You know who this is? Who the freak is this? You know what I'm saying? Can somebody tell me who the freak this is? You talking about I started a new wave of drill rap. Let's talk about it. I don't even know who this is. You know what I'm saying? I know who this is.
Busy Banks then said on IG, dude, jacking my lingo.
Everybody think they started a new wave of drill rap. You got niggas that's talking about K-Flock did. You got niggas talking about D-Thing did. Everybody talking about they started, bro. You know what I'm saying? No cap.
Hello, I'm tired of not getting.
You know, the only one that think you started a new wave, bro.
I started this.
You know who the freak you is, bro.
Rap. Let's talk about it. Rather than being a vague accusation, people actually began to put together side-by-side comparisons to show how his style sounded next to Busy's. Check this out.
Can't fuck with no bitch, that's basic. Look at my swag, the drip is contagious. Can't fuck with no hoe, that's basic. I used to run up chase and really break. Slide, hop in a V, let's go for a ride. Wait, slide. She said she feeling a vibe.
In the immortal words of Soulja Boy,
word, par for par.
22 G's would then follow this up with a whoopty remix titled Goofy, where he then went in on CJ.
Leave a nigga like Hoffa. He won't even need a doctor, nigga who shot you. Not even whoopty.
The song went viral, racking up nearly 1 million views, and fans were loving every bit of it. In a Reddit post discussing the disappearance of CJ, some fans claimed that 22 G's diss was the nail in the coffin. But yet again, CJ wouldn't back down, and would keep pushing further into his gang member persona in a song called Hit Up, where he fires shots at 22 G's gang, the Gangster disciples, as well as throwing up their gang signs with his hands in the video.
I get you hit up, no pop, come to your block and set up shop.
The song also went crazy, gaining 3 million views. However, his fans were beginning to worry about CJ, being that he was now putting his whole life on the line. Then on April 7, 2022, CJ made another bold move when he showed up to DJ Vlad to discuss the beef, claiming he would beat up 22 G's and Busy Banks if they kept dissing him.
If it really came down to it, like, we could squabble, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could just get it on, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's that serious, you know what I'm saying?
It was like every other week from this point on, CJ would be confronted with another gang member attempting to prove he was a fraud, going on live stream after live stream to try to clear his name, and receiving countless amounts of threats.
Yo, we talking about CJ.
I know.
Nobody. I smack this out too.
I'm not finna go back and forth with no stank nigga on live. You know what I mean? One thing I realize about this, bro, like, just because a nigga loud, that don't mean nothing. You feel me? He probably would get down like that, but that don't mean nothing though, cause you yelling. You know what I mean? I just don't get this right here. You know what I mean? If I got a problem with you, bro, let's just hit up my phone about it. That's the type of nigga I am, bro. Like, for real, bro. If I got a problem with you, nobody gonna know. It's me and you, bro. I ain't got time, bro. We not going on internet, bro. Like, right when you try to do that, you know what I mean? Then I'm like, bring it out my face. You feel me? If I got a problem with you, bro, I hit you up personally. And I talk to you on the phone, bro, and we can meet up and we can do that. That's real gangster-ish, bro. Nigga ain't trying to do nothing for attention. Niggas trying to prove so much, bro. You know what I mean? That they a gangster to other niggas. He trying to prove to no nigga I'm gangster. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to prove to no nigga I'm like that. A lot of y'all got to be comfortable with you knowing yourself. You feel me? With you knowing yourself. That's what a lot of y'all not comfortable with. Y'all want other people to know something. Like, nigga, if you know you like that, nigga, why you care what other people say? You feel me? Why other people's opinion about you even matter? You feel me? If you know you like that, if you know you stand on business, what the freak I care about what another nigga say that don't even know me? Y'all let other people's opinion about y'all change the way you look at yourself, nigga. Nigga, you around yourself 24/7. You gonna let a nigga that don't even know you tell you about yourself? Come on, bro. Now niggas feel like they gotta go on live, bro, to prove to other niggas they like that. They ain't gotta prove a dang thing. None of y'all niggas. You feel me? You play with Jay, you gonna see. You feel me? A nigga ain't finna go back and forth with you on live, bro. I'll hit you up personally, bro. You got a problem with something? Wanna handle that, bro? Deal? And then we could, you know what I'm saying? You gonna smack me? All right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what you gonna do. Let's see about it. You feel me? Hit a nigga up personally about it. I ain't finna go live with you, bro. I hit you up personally.
Yo, we talking about CJ.
I know
nobody. I smacked his out too.
I see the tags. I know we talking about.
In the span of less than a year of blowing up, CJ was dealing with allegations
about all
of being
that.
an industry plant, a fake gangster, and now a flow stealer. But in 2021, his entire empire would crumble into pieces.
You don't see about that. My nigga said they'll slap him. What happened to that nigga?
In January of 2021,
I niggas talk real bad.
When
Talk
the
real
Pitchfork news
tough.
site published an article.
One thing I realized, a lot of niggas talk real tough. A lot of niggas can't back it up though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas talk real tough. Do not let that tough talking junk. I'm a nigga you gotta show. You gotta show me. I ain't gonna cap. That talking tough, I ain't gonna cap. I'm the type of nigga, gang. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm just gonna test your jaw. I'm gonna keep it G with you. You gotta show me, bro. I ain't gonna care. You a nigga. I'm a nigga you gotta show, bro. You gotta show me, gang. I ain't gonna care.
Exposing him.
You talk tough, you gonna slap me. I'll just hit you in your jaw, bro.
Just but a shameless.
Let's see you gonna slap me. Let me see you like that. Yeah.
CJ's rise to
gotta show me, gang.
wasn't just
I
some
don't believe
random luck like everyone assumed.
You say you're the truth.
Details about CJ that no one
Not a
knew about
believer.
when they claimed that his uncle was James Cruz. For those who aren't familiar, James is a high-powered executive in the music industry. During his time at Violator Management, he helped oversee the early careers of 50 Cent, Nicki Minaj, and Busta Rhymes, who, like I mentioned, gave CJ a pretty big feature early in his career. He also served as the president of Bad Boy Records for nearly 2 decades. The same Bad Boy Records that is run by Diddy and had French Montana on its roster for nearly a decade, which also explains the French Montana cosign that I explained earlier as well. You see what I'm getting at here? Having a connection like that is huge because it opens doors. James's influence could easily get CJ's music played on radio stations, giving him an advantage most upcoming artists could only dream of. Now, here's another fun fact. One of CJ's first tracks was actually released back in 2018, the same time period that 6ix9ine was dominating the rap scene with hit after hit. Interestingly enough, CJ and 6ix9ine actually teamed up for a song called Pop that many people aren't aware of, as it was only released on SoundCloud. Fast forward a bit, and that collab came back to haunt CJ. It resurfaced online and got people talking on platforms like Reddit, claiming he was an industry plant. His uncle James didn't exactly shy away from the fact that he had a hand in CJ's career either, and straight up exposed him in an interview discussing CJ's success.
And we got
He literally
exposed.
revealed that he came out of retirement just to manage him.
And I said, okay, play me the record. They play me this record called Whoopty. I go, shit, you got a record. Like, you got one. Like, damn, I didn't expect that. And then, I said, what else you got? He said, what else I need? It ain't gonna work with one record. What you want? What you want me to do? You want to perform on Carnival Cruise Lines in 30 years? Like, you need a body of work.
Looks like Uncle James could have been onto something, as that's basically how his career played out now. As you will see, he basically told CJ his future. Still, he called in some favors to get CJ positioned for success.
I'm gonna help the kid. I'm gonna help him. He deserves his family. His pops called me and I gave his pops a promise and I spoke to his moms and I said, I got this. We'll get him a record deal.
To make matters worse, James didn't even step aside after CJ was set up. He was heard telling his nephew what to reveal and what not to during interviews.
Somebody said, shh. Yeah, oh, we ain't supposed to be talking about that? You gotta have 2 different album deals?
Shout out to James Cruz.
When you're already suspected of an industry plant, allowing another man to publicly tell you what to say isn't going to help things. Even if he was trying to put his head in the sand and ignore it, that didn't mean that a change in the public's interest in CJ was taking place. It didn't stop there either. Once the track's uncleared sample nearly led to Whoopty being taken off streaming platforms, Uncle James took out $80K of his own daughter's college fund to keep the track online. So even though CJ initially tried to paint himself as this self-made rapper who did it without a deal or a team having made it to the top, the truth was much different than the story he'd sold to the public. Initially, CJ tried to move past the industry plan talk, just as he'd attempted to overcome the rumors of being a fake blood.
There's no response. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay that no mind, you know? Everybody got an opinion. You can't satisfy everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'ma just keep doing what I do, you know what I'm saying? And elevating, you know what I'm saying? And perfecting my craft. I don't really pay no mind to, you know, what the internet saying, so.
When he dropped an EP called Loyalty Over Royalty in 2021, it pretty much fell off the face of the earth without anyone noticing. Later, he would try to shoot himself some bail for that EP, disappearing quicker than Jimmy Hoffa.
It started becoming so much of a conversation that it got in my head that I was. So I started making more drill music, you know what I'm saying? Because I was getting so much love from that movement that I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do a whole EP of this shit. And I did. But then I realized, I'm like, yo, like, I gotta be me. And I can't get caught up in that drill shit. That shit came with a lot, bro.
Basically, he
came with a lot, bro. That's what I be saying. That's why I stopped reacting to drill, bro. You know what I'm saying? Drill, bro, like, bro, you got all the goofy fans, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I told y'all niggas, you feel me? I was reacting to a video. You know what I'm saying? Nigga that was in the streets, cause I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was busting on drill. I ain't gonna lie. Back then, if y'all know, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Niggas knew. I ain't gonna lie. Niggas knew about me about drill. I ain't gonna lie. You had even some artists in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Just knew about a nigga and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm reacting to a song. You know what I mean? This nigga, this goofy nigga, you know what I mean, post my reaction on his page. You know what I'm saying? Making it seem like, you know what I'm saying? Making it seem like I was supporting, bro. You feel me? Cause I listen to drill music. I listen to the song like, oh yeah, bro. Yeah. But he was dissing ops and up. You know what I'm saying? Bro posted my reaction on his page. You know what I mean? And then you got, I guess his op text me talking about, nigga, you want to die? I blocked that nigga so fast. I'm like, bro, I ain't finna go back and forth with you. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, tagged me and everything. I'm like, bro, nigga don't freaking, nigga, associate myself with, like, nigga, don't associate with, like, bro, I'm not, nigga, your gang, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Not none of that, bro. You feel me? Just listening to your music. Yeah, bro, tagging me, acting like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, yeah, I gotta remove myself from drill, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, nigga text me, nigga talking about this one. I was on Instagram. This happened like what, 3 years ago? Nigga said, you wanna die? I ain't gonna lie, I laughed at that nigga and blocked that nigga. I ain't responding. I laughed at that nigga. I blocked that nigga. I was like, man, these niggas, man. I was like, man, I gotta get away from drill.
Success of Whoopty.
Oh, I ain't finna be dealing with niggas talking about they gonna kill a nigga and all that. Nigga, I don't even know you. Talking about you gonna kill me, nigga. Nigga, do that about bro. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas out there really putting belt to booty. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas, damn, bro. You texting a nigga that just was listening to, you know, me kill you. I don't even take niggas like that serious. You feel me? Straight up.
Not the audience that had helped make that.
Laughed at a nigga. I blocked that nigga.
Wasn't checking for him anymore. And to make things worse, no one
was
either. CJ ain't a real artist. He realized it when the Gangster started calling him out for jacking the style and ain't really about it. He faked it to be a blood.
And then, like I said, y'all, you feel me? Just you had fans in the comment section, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just fans, bro. It's just weird, bro. Drill weird, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Don't ever get into drill, y'all, bro. Never, bro. I hated I even did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever get in the drill, bro. You gonna have them little weird fans. You gonna have niggas that think they in the field and fans dissing the other side. You got 051 fans. You got THF fans. And the thing is, these niggas out of town and they act like they really in the field. That's the most goofiest junk to me. A whole bunch of little goofy niggas. That's like OT. That junk used to be crazy to me, y'all, bro. You had it. I'm telling y'all, bro, like, bro, you had different sides of fans dissing each other, bro. Dead mans. Like, you would think these niggas were 051. You would think these niggas were THL, bro. You would think they were PBG. You would think they were with the gang. You feel me? The way these, but the fans, but they were so invested to that drill. I was like, bro, That junk negative, bro. I ain't want to surround myself around that. I'm like, this nigga OT acting like he PBG. This nigga OT acting like, you know what I'm saying? Acting like he THF, acting like he 051. Nigga, you out of town, bro. You like 50. You like, nigga, 6 hours, 7 hours away, 8 hours away. Never step foot in the rack. But you speaking on the rack. I don't understand that. Nigga, if you never step foot in the rack, if you never step foot in St. Louis, nigga, if you never step foot in Bama, if you never step foot in certain, bro, I wholeheartedly this, bro. If you speak on a state that you are not from, you is a goofy. You know what I'm saying? That's anybody, bro. You feel me? If you speak on, like I said, they speak on my state, bro, Alabama, but y'all F cousins, bro. You know how goofy you sound? You a following nigga. You going out what a nigga said. You know what I mean? And a nigga that said that never stepped foot in Bama. You niggas ain't never stepped foot in Bama. Speaking on Bama. You don't even know how that junk is for real. I know how it is for real. That's why I laugh at niggas. Nigga ain't never stepped foot in St. Louis. You ain't never stepped foot in the rack. Nigga, you at where you at. You feel me? Come on, bro. You feel me? Y'all niggas ain't never stepped foot in the state, bro. Don't speak on that state, bro. I'm gonna keep it real.
And he's
you never lived there, bro.
His 15 minutes are up already. Fast forward to today, and he's still trying to dress up the fact that he chased a wave and had it backfire.
You listening to other niggas that never stepped foot in the state.
You like, tell me you have 5 more of these.
Of course.
Now, in the back of your mind,
everybody's dream. Yeah, that's, you know.
In the back of your mind, you'll probably be like, it's not the type of artist I am, but I did make the song.
Exactly.
Now, also, people in the streets are trying to bring you into, like.
Exactly. I kind of just wanted to, like, steer away from that a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Get back to my melodic shit, jump into the Latin shit, do this, do that, just so I don't get that pigeonhole label, you know what I'm saying?
The track Replica got some viral success. It obviously wasn't enough for CJ though, because he's returned to trying to make drill tracks that tried to capture the essence of Whoopty's success. In some cases, he just basically copied the song to the letter, and the results are pretty ridiculous to be honest. Peep this clip of Dubai from August of 2022.
You wanna cry Miami? Huh. Or you rather cry Dubai? Too fly. She said she loving my new style.
Joe Budden once said that shit was
a 2-pack of ass.
In February of 2023, Warner had enough and severed their relationship with him once and for all. Users commented things like, took the hit and canned him, damn. The song was lit until the world found out he was fake claiming. In the months that followed, CJ tried to reframe it like it was his decision.
And you know what? You know what is crazy with Warner Bros, bro? They dropped this nigga and they still making money off Whoopty. That's crazy. They still making money off that. That nigga ain't making money off that song like the label is. What he supposed to be making off that song, that's what the label making. That's what y'all gotta understand. What he supposed to be making off Whoopty, the label's making that. That nigga making a small percentage out of Whoopty. The label, but I'm talking about, but he making everything. Oh my God. You feel me? But I'm telling y'all, boy, the labels, boy, those the real breadwinners. I want y'all to watch Empire, bro. Empire literally, they put it in your face. Empire shows you how a music label is run. Bro, they be putting it in your face, bro. You niggas still be signing these deals.
His masters because Whoopty was enough for him to recoup on his advance. But if Warner thought that there was any value left in him, they would have tried to lock him back in.
Hold on, he got his masters?
Frame it like it was his decision to leave with his masters because
Whoopty he left with his masters.
Took the hit and canned him, damn.
Oh, he left with his masters, my fault. So he left with his masters, so he still making money on that.
The song was lit until the world found out he was fake claiming. In the months that followed, CJ tried to reframe it like it was his decision to leave with his masters because Whoopty was enough for him to recoup on his advance. But if Warner thought that there was any value left in him, they would have tried to lock him back in. Once again, people weren't buying it. Sounds like the label didn't think he was capable of making another hit.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? But we got the CJ Whoopty. I ain't hear about bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, I heard about his little song going around, but I ain't really hear about him too much after that. You know, I'm gonna keep it real with you, you know what I'm saying? But nah, though, man, we got some more videos right here, man. Let me go and see something right quick, you know what I'm saying? What do